Welcome to Poetry and Poets with SueAn Stradling-Collins, Director of the Apache County Library District. Today I'm talking about onomatopoeia, which is a wonderful word. The definition is basically when the meaning of the word is reflected in the sound of the word. Words, we call them Batman words, or I used to when I was teaching. Things like pow, oomph, smash. Those are onomatopoeic words. One of the best examples I can share with you of onomatopoeia is Edgar Allan Poe's poem, The Bells. It's quite long, but I am going to read the whole thing to you. The Bells. Hear the sledges with the bells, silver bells. What a world of merriment their melody foretells. How they tinkle, tinkle, tinkle in the icy air of night, while the stars that oversprinkle all the heavens seem to twinkle with a crystalline delight. Keeping time, time, time in a sort of runic rhyme to the tintinnabulation that so musically wells from the bells, 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 from the jingling and the tinkling of the bells. Hear the mellow wedding bells, golden bells. What a world of happiness their harmony foretells. Through the balmy air of night, how they ring out their delight from the molten golden notes. And all in tune, what a liquid ditty floats to the turtle dove that listens while she gloats on the moon. Oh, from out the sounding cells, what a gush of euphony voluminously wells, how it swells, how it dwells on the future, how it tells of the rapture that impels to the swinging and the ringing of the bells, 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 of the bells, 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 to the rhyming and the chiming of the bells. Hear the loud alarum bells, brazen bells, what tale of terror now their turbulency tells. In the startled ear of night, how they scream out their affright. Too much horrified to speak, they can only shriek, shriek, out of tune, in a clamorous appealing to the mercy of the fire, in a mad expostulation with the deaf and frantic fire, leaping higher, higher, higher with a desperate desire, and a resolute endeavor. Now to sit, or never, by the side of the pale-faced moon. Oh, the bells, 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 what a tale their terror tells of despair! How they clang and clash and roar, what a horror they outpour in the bosom of the palpitating air! Yet the ear, it fully knows, by the twanging and the clanging, how the danger ebbs and flows. Yes, the ear distinctly tells in the jangling and the wrangling how the danger sinks and swells by the sinking or the swelling in the anger of the bells, of the bells, of the bells, 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 in the clamor and the clangor of the bells. Hear the tolling of the bells, iron bells. What a world of solemn thought their monody compels. In the silence of the night, how we shiver with affright at the melancholy meaning of the tone. For every sound that floats from the rust within their throats is a groan. And the people, ah, the people, that dwell up in the steeple, all alone, who tolling, tolling, tolling in that muffled monotone, feel a glory in so rolling on the human heart a stone. They are neither man nor woman. They are neither brute nor human. They are ghouls. And their king it is who tolls, and he rolls, 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 a paean from the bells, and his merry bosom swells with the paean of the bells, and he dances and he yells, keeping time, time, time in a sort of runic rhyme to the paean of the bells, keeping time, time, time in a sort of runic rhyme to the throbbing of the bells, 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 to the sobbing of the bells, keeping time, 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 as he knells, knells, knells in a happy runic rhyme to the rolling of the bells, 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 to the tolling of the bells, 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 to the moaning and the groaning of the bells. The entire poem is onomatopoeic. The first stanza, where he's talking about the silver bells, silver's a light kind of sound to it. If you remember listening, there were a lot of K's and a lot of very sharp quick, easy sounds. Tinkle, tinkle, over, sprinkle, twinkle. You get the quickness, the lightness of those bells. Also, this is a journey through life in this poem, and so you get youth, those that are out there enjoying, riding along on a sleigh with bells tinkling. And then it goes on to a little bit more mature. We've got the golden bells, wedding bells. And what's wonderful in this stanza, the language he uses slows down. There are lots of O's to them, mellow, golden bells. It's harder to even read fast. You wouldn't want to, because the way he's written it has you slowing down, has you using sounds that are slower, like gold, like weddings. The third stanza changes to alarm bells. As we go on in life, things happen. And so we have the hard K's and T's and B's in this stanza. He uses words like brazen, turbulency, tells, they shriek, they affright. The sounds are harder and harsher, and he's doing that on purpose. We have alarm, we have something to be afraid of. The fourth stanza, he's talking about death bells. We've reached the end of life, and so these are the tolling of the bells. And again, the sounds slow down somewhat until the King of Death shows up, and then it's like a riotous party that he's holding, so things get very quick in that part. And it's continuous. It goes on. We hear bells again and again and again, the runic rhyme as they keep going. Death is coming for all of us, and it's going to persist until we go with death. And so there's a lot of repetition there. But again, it slows down. You can't really say the word tolling very fast. It just doesn't come off your tongue that way. So this is an amazing poem that does so much, taking us through life. But we hear it. We hear the bells as we listen to this poem. And so it's a fabulous example of onomatopoeia. Thanks for listening.